Hello, and welcome to Best WP7 Games. Today we're taking a look at Fragger. Now, Fragger is, well, it's a fairly generic sort of game in that, well, you'll see what I mean. It's a game of a style we've seen many times before, but it has a slightly different emphasis from many others in this genre. It's not quite a precise game, which is unusual for a genre which is more often typified by random chance. Basically, as you can see, I'm controlling this guy on the left, or rather I'm controlling this arrow. By moving my hand around, it moves the arrow up and down, or rather it angles it differently, and then also it fills it up. And basically all I'm doing is determining the strength of my throws and where they land. You can see my target is to try and kill these enemies who are dressed like cartoony terrorists in the way that America likes to show them. And yeah, it's a fairly straightforward little game. So what you'll notice is while the game does have a modicum of physics involved, so you notice when the grenades exploded, they tend to knock crates flying, and also when the grenades actually hit people, without exploding, they will potentially knock them and the crates around. It's a lot less about destroying structures, and this level shows it off quite well. There's a few little bits of wood here which can be knocked around, but the vast majority are indestructible. Well, even these ones are indestructible. Most of them are also immovable. This is not a game about slowly destroying your way through an environment to get to the enemy. Rather, it's a game about carefully aimed shots, and that has its upsides. I mean, it's nice to play a game where you don't feel like you're being cheated by luck, or any of the time, because it's so reliant on precise aiming rather than lucky shots. So you see there, that was entirely my fault for making a throw that was just too strong. You have to learn to gauge the strength of your shots properly and the angle. You can see as the game progresses you do get new toys. In this case it's these little blocks that when they're hit by an explosion shoot up, or shoot in the direction of their arrow before exploding. So this is another level to get us used to the idea. Just a bit too strong there, it'll bounce back. Fortunately you can't kill yourself. So there is an abort button for stopping a grenade from exploding. I guess this is more for if you ended up in a situation where your grenade just wasn't stopping moving. Because, like I say, there's no reason to stop it exploding in order to protect yourself, as you can't actually die. The only way you lose is by running out of grenades. There are some flaws of the game, notably with the controls. You'll notice that when I move the arrow, and indeed adjust its strength, it's based on the relative movement of my finger. It remembers the last position it was in, and then moves according to that. Which means if you put your finger in the wrong place, it can be impossible to actually aim at the right strength or angle. And the problem is you can't cancel a shot. If you go to absolute minimum strength, rather than cancelling the throw, your character just drops it at his feet. And it seems a little bit of an oversight to make it impossible for you to cancel your shots. I even tried using multiple fingers when I've had this problem, as in I'll keep holding down and then press the pause button thinking, oh, maybe that would cancel it. No, if you bring up the pause menu and then let go, your character will happily throw the grenade while you're in the pause screen. It seems a little bit unfair, as it is a bit too easy to make that little mistake, and then you can't do anything about it. It's a shame. It's not the worst thing I've ever had encountered in a game. It doesn't break it, but it is something worth knowing. Anyway, aside from that, Fragger's quite a nice little game. It may not be something hugely unlike anything else you've ever seen, but there's an awful lot of content here, and hundreds of levels. Obviously it has full Xbox Live functionality as well, achievements, etc. It's a nice little game. It's available on the marketplace now.